I bought the ZW kit in 2014. It's an exotic kit, brown, black, a gorgeous finish. The sound is fat, juicy. I have a 10-inch tom, a 12 by 9, and the 16 by 14 melodic size, a 22 by 18 bass drum, a 14 by 6 snare drum. The sound of the kit is phenomenal. It's fat, it's clear, it's aggressive. It can be tuned too low, and if you tune it too high, it can be a jazzy fusion drum set. The finish is very beautiful. It's warm. I sometimes change the configuration of the kit. I put a 10-12 and the rototoms aside, sometimes the opposite. I love this drum set. I signed with Bosphorus Cymbals 6-7 months ago. I love these cymbals because they're not too aggressive. Their sound is relatively dark. It's great for recording. You can play blues, jazz, funk and fusion, drum and bass stuff. The 22-inch New Orleans, I call it a studio ride. The ping is very clear. The Master Vintage hi-hat is dry and crispy. It has a defined stick sound. The Master Vintage crash is dry and dark too. The Latin crash is clear and not too aggressive. They're light and work well with almost any style of music. The remote hi-hat on my right is an old traditional series. The auxiliary hat too. The black pearl I'm using here is an 18-inch with a dark and dry sound. I like to position it above my regular hi-hat. Those are special effects that I've been using for almost 20 years. The choice that Remo offers is very satisfying for me. I play so much melodic drumming. This is why I use different heads. For the 10-inch tom, I use an Ambassador clear. For the 12-inch, I use an Ambassador coated. And for the 16-inch floor, I use black suede. I tune each tom differently. Sometimes I tighten the 10-inch more than the 12, sometimes the 12 more than the 16. I believe in singing the note first, then trying to find it in Remo heads. As for the bass drum, I use a Power Stroke 3 coated or clear, depending on the situation. I use 3 rototoms, 6, 8, 10-inch, tuned melodically. This is the main cowbell that I use for Latin, funk and fusion stuff. I also use a foot cowbell for wicked beats. Since the beginning, I played ProMark sticks. Honestly, I tried several other brands but kept coming back to ProMark. What I care the most about a pair of sticks is rebound and weight. I know most players would definitely add durability, but I'm not a banger. All kinds of sticks last forever with me. Even when playing rock or hard rock, my sticks last 6 to 7 months. I played almost all ProMark models. Rebound is something very important to me as I play with the flow. Everything should be fluid, dancing in the hands. Surely the weight is crucial too. If it's a 2B pair or 5A, the feel is unbelievable. When it's heavy music, I use the Jason Bonham model. If it's light jazzy bluesy stuff, the usual 5V or 5A would do the job. Couldn't be happy with a quality like that. The 9000 series feature floating rotor and infinitely adjustable cam technology. This makes them the smoothest pedals out there. This is the only pedal where the spring is located internally. This protects it from being accidentally abused. The ball bearing hinge is a piece that you can buy separately. This is what makes the pedals very sturdy and prevents them from wobbling. I knew about Gruvgear 5 years ago. When I saw the Solo Light model, it made sense to me. I have to carry my full kit. Without this piece of hardware, it would be a painful experience. As you see, it can be used in 2 positions. I immediately bought one and I've been using it in every big event. I hope they keep inventing amazingly practical stuff. This is the futuristic machine that I use. 2 SPDs, SPD 30, as you see, the Hand Sonic, the new model. It's the HPT20 model. I use these two pads as snares, toms, kicks, special effects, two bass drums, one on my right, one on my left. I have two rides or crash. Sometimes I use them as another bass drum. Sometimes hi-hats. As you see, it looks very futuristic. This is why I call it the futuristic machine.